We have time.
And you?
No, so we're going to use your mic and your speakers. Um,
Should I turn on my camera?
you can.
Okay.
This also this camera.
Okay. And I shall share my screen. Okay. I get back in the browser.
Control
Tab. Sorry. Can I just do this without the pressure real quick? I'm so sorry. Okay. Why is it like this? Why is it like this? Why is it like this? I can't get to my other tabs. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So when you do that, when you press, if you keep holding Command and Tab, you will be able to switch out. So share your screen again.
I have already shared it.
I think it's full screen.
It's not letting me access my other tabs. I have like another Google open, so that's not necessarily going to be right.
Which this one?
It's just not there. Should I unshare and like see if it like disappeared?
Stop sharing. Oh, you're on the same tab. That's why. Okay, so break it out. Hold on.
Break it out into its own thing.
Yeah.
Why is it like this?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Don't cancel. Just don't die screen.
Sure.
Otherwise, when you switch to prototype, it won't show up.
That's not the right. There's nothing right.
Oh, no. That's fine.
What?
It's all right. If you go out of like full screen, you should get... There you go.
Okay. All right. Can you see this okay?
Yeah.
All right. So we are the Cornish Plus Summer at Cornish Team 1. I'm Emily. We have Rosalind, Palash, and Josh, and we are super excited to be presenting the work we've done. So what's the deal with Cornish Plus Summer at Cornish? Y'all already got a brief last time, but Cornish Plus is the community-facing side of Cornish College of the Arts. And Summer at Cornish is specifically a summer intensive that is done for youths to take like college level courses over the summer and just like improve their arts skills. We're about to get into some of the problems that our users have outlined.
So for our interviews, we interviewed a student, 2 mothers, and an administrator. And from those interviews, we found that there were a couple of problems. The first problem was confusing navigation, in which users thought the layout was very confusing to navigate. And then there was complicated registration, in which the sign up process was kind of weird. Then there was misplacement of crucial information, in which people couldn't figure out what the program entailed. There was unclear terminology, especially when classes were labeled foundations and electives. and the site optimization. There was like it was hard for like people to like exit out, or like there would be pop-ups. So we decided that the user needs were like they needed to view the program information, they needed to view the course information, and they needed to streamline registration and payment.
For our sponsor needs, the overall objective was to improve the browse to purchase experience on Summer at Cornish. And what that would mean is making sure the user understands the course options and making the purchase flow as convenient as possible. And this would lead to users being more satisfied, meaning they won't leave the webpage, and making them more likely to enroll in classes.
In order to address the issues we've outlined and fulfill the sponsor goals, we have created a prototype, and we're going to do a sort of mock user walkthrough to demonstrate. All right, so here's our prototype. Off the bat, let us be clear that a good deal of this design is the same as the original site, as our aim was not to change up their branding or identity, but rather to fix the issues highlighted by the users. So thanks to the team at Cornish Plus for providing us their original Figma files. Now, where were we? We start on the Cornish Plus homepage as a totally new user. What do we want to do? We want to learn what the deal is with Cornish Plus Summer at Cornish and sign up our child for some classes relating to their biggest interest, music. How can we do that? Now, we could scroll down to this part that says Overview, but I'm curious about this Learn More button.
Previously, this Learn More button was a course catalog button that led the user to view a list of all the courses under the Cornish Plus umbrella when they had no knowledge of any of the Cornish Plus programs.
Okay, beautiful. Now we get to learn about Cornish Plus. Great. Cornish Plus is the community-facing side of Cornish College of the Arts. Love that. It says here that they offer programs, and for youth no less. Let's say I have a youth interested in art programs. What then? Programs, what does that do?
We added this Programs button to ensure the users continued gathering information before moving on to the next stage.
Oh, cool. Looks like they offer a handful of programs for youth. Well, my kid is more into instrumental music, and they have a pretty healthy portfolio already. So that leads me to wonder what the deal is with Summer at Cornish. What's that? I might click straight on here, but I want to see more about why someone might choose one of these programs over the other. So I will go with All Youth in Pre-College.
The programs listed on the right were previously not buttons and simply plain text. Now users can go directly to the programs relevant to them.
A thriving, joyous group of youth. I'd almost mistake them for us after this weekend. Let's find more information.
We added the scrolling button and moved the information below to appear when landing on the page to incentivize users to keep scrolling down.
All right, let me read these both. Looks like Summer at Cornish is a 4-week arts summer intensive for kids wanting a mini college experience. Sounds perfect. Tell me more.
These programs were moved to be side by side, allowing the user to compare their options at the same time, so they can click on the one most relevant to them.
Oh, cool. It looks like the program is July 8th to August 2nd. I know that doesn't collide with my child's schedule. Oh, look, another Learn More button. I know those. I like those.
We added this Learn More button to encourage new users to continue learning about the program while keeping the course catalog button so returning users can have a bit of convenience.
Okay, here's all this information. Great, now I've been briefed on the course structure. Looks like I can select a morning foundations class, a Monday, Wednesday afternoon specialization, and a Tuesday, Thursday afternoon specialization, or any combination of the above. Spectacular. I love knowing things. It looks like there's more on this page though. Let's see.
Program information was all consolidated onto this page to provide a central hub for general and logistical questions. The More Info button provides a path for continued information finding. We also renamed the elective courses to specializations to ensure users know they can take the courses as a standalone.
Oh, a scholarship application. That's good to keep in the back pocket. Let's go back up though. I want to see the courses. Whoa, it's a Summer at Cornish course catalog.
Previously, the catalog showed all Cornish Plus courses, which put a lot of irrelevant and confusing information in front of users.
Payment and cancellation info. Very good to know.
bottom of the catalog contains a small blurb about payment and cancellation that was previously only available directly before the purchase was completed, leading to a lot of confusion.
Let's check out this musicianship foundation. What do we have here? That seems really cool, and there's still room in the class.
Users pointed out concerns about registering for classes with low enrollment that were often canceled as a result, prompting this addition to the overview.
What's the deal with this instructor? She seems cool. Oh, lovely. And it looks like if I wanted to get into contact with her prior, I'd have an easy way to.
This contact information was previously unavailable, something our users complained about.
All right, I want to add this to my cart. Great. I want more classes though, so let's keep browsing. I already selected a foundations class. Maybe I should filter for specialized classes instead.
This new filter ensures that users can find the course type needed to fill their schedule and avoid course collisions.
Oh, cool. Recording ensemble specialization sounds great. I'm going to add that to my cart. I think that's all the courses I wanted, so let's get ready for checkout. All right, here are my classes. And a little warning up here. Must log in or create an account and create a student profile to check out. Well, what happens if I just try to check out?
We added this warning just to let users know the requirements before checking out.
Oh, I guess I can just create an account here. I totally went and checked my email and got a confirmation and then clicked the link in my email. Oh, wow, cool. It looks like my cart saved.
Before, the user's cart would disappear when creating an account.
Okay, it still says that I need to create a student profile to check out. So what if I click on this dropdown? Okay, I've created a student profile. Now to assign it to these classes. All right, I think it's time to check out.
The checkout bar was added to show the user what step of the checkout they were on and just makes the process feel a little less tedious.
Right, now to confirm. All looks good. Woo, order confirmed, let's go. And that was our start to end course purchasing process for Cornish Plus Summer at Cornish. And now we would like to outline which of these changes is like kind of the most important to implement and like what's easiest. And the feature that has like the best ratio of like user experience improvement to like effort to implement is definitely just these like general information architecture things. Like for example, the ability to like see everything you want in places that make more sense, like literally just like text blurbs being in consistent places. And just like a really egregious issue I think we fixed is especially the like reiterating the information about like the fact that you can do a half schedule as well as the cancellation stuff. And in terms of a more ambitious feature that I think would still be a really good idea is having the specific Summer at Cornish catalog, because before all of the like Cornish Plus courses that like were offered across all the programs were shown at the same time, and like a given user is not really going to be signing up different programs at the same time. So that was just like a lot of information overload that we think this would help with. And I think that's about it.
Any questions, comments, feedback?
That's more of a comment. I like the way when you're checking out, it sort of hands you the things you need to do to be able to do the checkout instead of like going and finding it, which I thought was pretty cool.
Has the sponsor said anything?
Other comments? Other comments, questions? I think your presentation style was really great, where one person walked through what was happening and the other kind of engaged on like, hey, this is great because I think that made for a great walkthrough. Thank you. Last Cornish team.
To click share. I'm pretty sure. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Hey guys, we're the Cornish Plus International Group.
I'm Shreyan.
And I'm Riley. So we're going to be going over 6 things today: the background, the problem, our research takeaways, our prototype, implementation notes, and a conclusion.
To start with our problem today, we're going to be looking through this through the perspective of Amy Black. She's a high schooler who's enrolling in summer at Cornish in order to get some content about how to deal with art and music. And she's just doing this to get ahead in college. And she's having a bunch of problems with language barriers and cultural shock. And we're going to be showing you how we approach each one of her problems today. Yeah, she's from Poland.
So providing a little bit of background here, Amy wants to join Summer at Cornish. So what is Summer at Cornish? Summer at Cornish is basically a summer program under Cornish Plus. Here, Amy can take for 4 weeks an intensive pre-college programs for other students in high school like her. And she can take a variety of foundational courses as well as electives of her choice in the arts and music. And she'll also get a chance to meet the administrators of this program and also her sponsors, Michael and Kel.
So let's go into some of the problems that Amy faces in more description. There's currently no public information for international students at the Summer at Cornish page, meaning that Amy is very confused because she doesn't know what to do with her visas, she doesn't know what cell phone plan she needs, and she doesn't know what to pack. And this causes Amy to have to request for a lot of last minute accommodations when she gets to campus because she's not aware of any of the support that she has. And she's feeling very isolated and experiencing a lot of cultural shock. And this all ends with her emailing Michael and Kel a lot. And Michael and Kel are program advisors, and they're just having trouble with responding to all of Amy's emails along with a bunch of other international students.
Yeah, and so here are some quotes to put those issues into perspective. The first one highlights how language barrier was an issue for international students. And here we have Michael talking about how one of the international students, Sean, had to get English support. So every day he would wake up early just to prepare for his classes. And so getting this English support was an essential for him. And then the second quote also is referencing how Michael was the only source for students to get information on any of the questions they had. And so this created a lot of like traffic for Michael, and it would have been better for students to have other places to get answers to the questions they have. And then the last one is when we talked to Remy, another international student, who said it was difficult to just have a place to find any of the answers they had, any of the questions they had. And so he suggested having an FAQ just to find those answers.
Here's our Figma.
So
Here. So when the students load when Amy loads on a Summer at Cornish, the first thing she'll see is in the top right corner an International Student Hub. And since she's an international student, she click on that. And maybe she'll go to student support first.
So this support page is essentially just a landing page. And here Amy can find the different resources and services provided by Cornish so that she can thrive. And one example of this is their tutoring services. So we have different multilingual tutors that Amy can choose from. So let's say that Amy knows a bit of French. She can contact Diana Roberts, and she can directly, so you can see the user flexibility, how the email app immediately opens up after clicking on the contact button. So she can get in touch with the tutors. And underneath there, there's also a bunch of online resources she can use, like Duolingo or like Culips, basically just links to that and helping them thrive in the environment.
So then Amy would go back to the student support page. And then maybe since she doesn't speak English very well, as Angela mentioned, a lot of the international students like Amy had to go to class early just so they can understand the lectures and get English support. So we have a contact English support button right here that Amy would press. And she fill out her name, her email, and a message to send to the proper resources to get support to learn English. She would click send. And it would tell her message sent right here, which is visibility of system status. And then maybe she would go back. And then also we have Michael and Kel's email. So if Amy has a really unique issue that hasn't been solved yet by these two components, she could email Michael or Kel right here directly.
And then next we have the community page. This is for Amy, like if she's feeling like alone and she wants to connect with other international students. This is a page where she can view posts from other international students. So let's say that Amy doesn't want to create an account. She can continue as a guest, but guests can only view the post. They can't comment or do anything like that. So let's say that Amy wants to be able to make posts. She would press on the guest button and she would register for an account. And over here, this is just the parental information and also her information, making sure that minors aren't making like accounts without their parents being aware of it. So they need to get verified. And then, yeah. And then over here, like we will log in with the user information. And now we're logged in as Amy right over here, and she can view posts. And this is just a example of recognition because this is a popular like button that a lot of online forums use in order to make posts more trending. So she can press up and make the post seem more trending onto the page. And she can also view the comments of what other students are saying. And then we just go back. And we can also add a post if we wanted to. So over here, she can fill out like what she wants to add onto the post. And this would be a request button because Michael and Kel mentioned that they wouldn't be able to have a moderator. So all the submitted posts would have to go through Michael and Kel, and they would have to approve it in order for it to show up on the page. And then it shows that the request was sent, and then we just go back.
Yeah, and so let's say Amy just wants to find some general information or has some questions, then she would go to the information page. And so here is the information page where you have a sidebar with the categories. And so if she wanted to like know more about like the program overview, she would click on it, and then it would take her to some sublinks to the information that she wants to find. So if you click on structured program overview, it would take her to like the page where you can find more about that. And then if you go back, we do have a section for common questions. So these are questions that most students have asked. And if you click on them, it will take you to another page where those questions are answered. And then if you click on the arrow back, it would take you back. And then for the other section, it's just other resources students have access to just to find information. And in general, this would really be useful for international students just to have a place to find any of the resources or answers for the questions they have. And yeah.
Back to the presentation. So here were some takeaways that we had through making the implementation. So the first thing was the what we thought was our high priority points. The first thing was the student informational page. A lot of the students were struggling to get the information they needed and the like answer the questions that they had. So they would always contact Michael and Kel and flood their email. So that would solve that problem. The student information page would answer most of their questions. The second high priority thing we had was the international student button on the main page. We wanted that to be big and bright in the top right corner because the corners are the first things that you look at when you get in the page. So if Amy were to go onto the main page, that would be the first thing that she saw. Some challenges that we faced along the way: moderation of the international student page. As Angela mentioned, other online forums have moderators, but we wouldn't be able to hire moderators, so everything would have to go through Michael and Kel. Another challenge that we faced was registering for tutoring, considering that there might not be tutors during the summer. A lot of tutors don't work during the summer, so that could be an issue that we run into. Some compromises that we can make for those challenges. The first one, international student community could be turned into student testimonials. So say instead of the forum, say Amy went into the student community page, she would see students from last year putting testimonials in there or problems that they had. Another compromise that we can make is the student support page could not have the tutoring services. That's if we couldn't get tutors during the summer.
That all these applications help Amy feel a little bit less alone and help her feel supported throughout her journey at Summer at Cornish. Is there any questions?
Yeah.
Like added responsibility.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, that's one of the challenges. It would just be like it would be added responsibility, but then again, once something is posted, it's on there like it could be on there permanently. So as they go through and they post or they approve more and more, they'll have to approve less and less because students will get information.
That they can't moderate, like making sure that international students are connecting with one another. So it still makes it a little bit like easier than what they had before, since they would just like press approve.
And
once they see
before,
the
like
post.
Michael and Kel would have to respond and create a response to somebody. Now they just have to approve a response by somebody else.
Anything else? Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
We try to keep it consistent with
Yeah.
the main page.
Anybody else?
Yep. Right, thank you.